Hello and welcome back to the Mom Test series. Last time we talked about asking important questions. Today we learn how to keep conversations casual. If you missed the last part, check it out using the link in the description. Let's get started. Keeping it casual. So far, we have learned how premature zooming and introducing ideas too early leads to biases and unreliable data. In Steve Blank's customer development approach, he suggests three distinct meetings: the customer and their problem, your solution, and the product sells. This division prevents premature zooming and the pathos problem. You should know that it is not as easy in practice as it may seem. Other than it being time consuming, it is equally a big time commitment ask of your potential customers, especially if they are yet to gain from it. When you're just starting out, it's difficult to get people to talk to you due to your lack of credibility. While Steve Blank recommends beginning with contacts, particularly those in the industry, Rob, the author, recommends employing the mom test while doing this to avoid bias. However, if you don't have connections in the industry, this can be challenging. As your credibility develops over time, it becomes more feasible. Nonetheless, the author observed that this doesn't necessarily reduce the time commitment, leading him to opt for a more casual approach. Let's say you're trying to build tools to help public speakers get more speaking gigs, and you bump into one at a conference. Instead of setting up a meeting, you immediately transition into your most important question. Hey, I'm curious, how did you end up getting this gig? As a side bonus, you're also now having an interesting conversation and you're far more likely to be remembered and get a meeting later. Keeping it casual means removing all the formalities. It means no meetings, no interviews, and your conversations become so fast and effortless that you can walk out of an industry meetup with more conversations that provided so much valuable insights than you would have in one lengthy meeting. We are not ruling out Steve Blank's meeting framework. We are realizing that the first one doesn't have to be a meeting, as it works better as a casual conversation. Rule of thumb: learning about a customer and their problems works better as a quick and casual chat than a long formal meeting. Lesson 1. The meeting anti-pattern. If it feels like they're doing you a favor by talking to you, it's probably too formal. The meeting anti-pattern is when we schedule every chance to talk with customers as formal meetings. In addition to wasting your time and creating the expectation of presenting a product, relying too heavily on formal meetings causes us to miss out on valuable opportunities for unexpected learning. Imagine being in a busy cafe, typing away on your keyboard, when someone you're really interested in sits next to you. They're wearing a charming hat and give you a friendly nod before opening an old, well-worn novel that perfectly suits the mood. You down a quick espresso to boost your confidence and stumble through an awkward monologue about how they seem nice, even though you don't know each other. You suggest meeting for coffee, but at a different place, making the situation a bit odd. This scenario might seem absurd. After all, the purpose of a date is to talk and see if you connect. Essentially, you were already on a date and you made it awkward by trying to formalize it. You could have just chatted and skipped the unnecessary formalities of a first date. Well, we will do the same with our customers and have early conversations as chats and not meetings. The author, Rob, was once considering a product idea to make office managers more efficient. He played with the possibilities on Friday, figured out the big questions over the weekend, and then went to an industry event on Monday. A handful of office managers were there, and without any of them realizing they had quote unquote had a meeting, he had learned that the big problem was really about debt collection rather than efficiency. He got there by just being interested in chatting with them over a beer. That seems really annoying. How do you deal with it? Is well as bad as it seems. You guys did a great job with that. Where did you get that from? Being overly formal is a coping mechanism for navigating a somewhat uncertain and uncomfortable scenario. Instead of allowing space for the unforeseen, everything turns into a structured process. However, this formality comes with a significant time expense and often hinders the learning we aimed for. Learn from customers without formality. Quick, engaging questions cover interesting topics. Casual conversations work. Save formality for concrete demos. Enjoyable discussions emerge from genuine curiosity about daily concerns. Lesson 2. How long are meetings? Conversations grow longer when you move from "is this a real problem?" early broad conversations towards focused product and industry concerns. Which other software do you have to integrate with to close the sale. For example, with casual conversations, it takes a maximum of 5 minutes to learn whether a problem exists or not. While you proceed, you'll ask questions about their workflow, how they spend their time, and what else they've tried. It takes 5 to 7 minutes. In total, these conversations take typically 10 to 15 minutes. Yet, if the conversation is valuable and enjoyable, it can continue indefinitely due to people's inclination to discuss themselves. Well, these are easier conversations to facilitate and can take you at least an hour to learn details of an industry. With formal meetings, let's say you scheduled a 30-minute meeting, right? So 15 minutes preparing a beverage and a greeting before the meeting actually starts. 5 minutes due to different reasons for lateness. 5 minutes saying hi, 5 minutes asking questions to understand their goals, problems, budget. Those are 15. The 15 I counted. 10 minutes to show or describe the product, and the last 5 minutes figuring out next steps and advancements. Lesson 3. Putting it together. Even if you decide to have a formal meeting, you still might need to keep it casual to avoid biased feedback. Rob had an idea for a product to help busy investors manage their deal flow. They received a lot of applications monthly, and he thought it might be challenging to organize. He arranged a couple of meetings, and in the first one, he showed up and brought up the issue. He casually asked about their load of leads. I was thinking, you guys must get a ton of leads, right? The person laughed and showed him they use sticky notes to track potential deals. They filter and discard most, keeping only a few serious ones. They call this periodically. He realized they don't even face the problem he thought they did. Well, this is effective learning. We debunked our idea before the interview. We even realized it was being discussed. It took 5 minutes, bypassed biases, and avoided irrelevant data like compliments or fluff. Instead, we gained solid customer information that directly addresses our key queries. So the rule of thumb here is give as little information as possible about your idea while still nudging the discussion in a useful direction. The key takeaways of this chapter would be keeping conversations casual. Remember the 3 distinct meetings. Try building your credibility. Avoid the trap of formalizing every conversation. Craft engaging questions that lead to enjoyable discussions and genuine curiosity about daily concerns. Learn how to gather essential information in a matter of minutes through casual conversations and using the casual approach to quickly debunk your assumptions. Thank you for watching. I hope you found valuable insight. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. This helps enhance the YouTube algorithm, but most importantly ensures you're notified of new chapters. Stay curious, stay bold, and keep learning.